Hi, Rachel. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you came back.
Yep.
I was wondering if we could kind of go over a few things before we start, like just talking about how you're doing now. I just want to ask you about like how's the home life going, how's school going. We were talking about the soccer team. I want to know how that's going.
um, Home life's pretty much the same. I made the soccer team, and things are going a lot better with that. So that's helped out a lot with just everything like personal stuff. But with my parents, it's kind of harder to. I still just kind of ignore it, I guess. But they're pretty much the same as they were before.
Yeah. So, how are you doing in school?
Um, I guess I go a little more often.
Yeah.
Not a lot more often, but I try and go more than I was before the first meeting.
That's good. Has your soccer coach been able to help you, like, motivate you to get to class more?
Yeah, she helps a lot. And I have like a specific amount of times I can miss now and I have to go when I have a game or I have to go when I have practice. So that helps a lot.
That's good. I'm glad that you're going again. So, how are your grades doing?
C's.
C's? C's get degrees,
Yep.
that's what they say.
That's what I was going for.
So, I wanted to ask you a few questions because I left them off the first time we met. I didn't know if you wanted to get into it, like, right away, but I just wanted to make sure that you were okay. So, you talked about how you started drinking when you were 13, so I was wondering if we can talk about that a little bit more. You were saying that you stopped hanging out with that group of people, but you're still kind of drinking, so I just wanted to know how you were doing.
On the weekends still, but with soccer, that's also helped with that because I know that if I want to perform my best, then I have to stop drinking as much.
That's great. So basically, it's only on the weekends then?
Yeah, usually.
How many drinks are you having, really?
Probably a lot more than I need. I guess it depends on what I'm drinking, how many I have.
Okay. Are you, like, remembering your nights?
Usually not.
Okay. Maybe, actually, we'll get to it later. I have something that I could think of. I just want to get into, so we talked about your physical health and, like, if you had any problems concentrating, but I never asked you about, like, your mental health and what you're going through inside besides being stressed about your home life. I just wanted to know if you were doing anything to help your mental health or if anything has happened.
I have issues with like depression, and I always have. Even when I was like younger, my parents tried to make me see somebody, but I've stopped going because we can't really afford it, and it's not something that I prioritize, like spending my money on or what my parents' money on. But it's pretty just kind of something I've dealt with a long time, so I guess I just kind of ignore it at this point. It just is what it is.
Okay, well, I want you to know that you always can come here if you need to talk about anything, obviously, because my door's always open for you. With that, some people go towards religion or spiritual support. Do you have any of that, or you're not really religious?
I'm not really religious, no.
No, like nothing. All right, I wanted to see. Thought I would ask, but so today I had an idea that we could maybe make a service plan for you to help with some of your goals that we were talking about the last time. We said that we wanted to get you back to school, but it seems like soccer's really helping you with that. But what do you think is your main problem that you're facing?
I guess my depression and like my lack of like drive to do anything. Besides soccer, it's really the only alleyway I tend to go down.
All right. So maybe we can make a plan for you for that. There's a little sheet here I have. So it says presenting problem, which will go with your depression and your lack of motivation. So the need is you want to have motivation. So your goal is to, what do you want to get, like, besides soccer? I know soccer is like a really big drive. What other goals, like, do you have to, like, want to get motivation and, like, get things done, I guess?
I guess I'd like to go to college, and I'd like to get like a education further than my parents because neither of them were very educated. So just to kind of make a better life for myself than what I had growing up.
It's a great goal.
And show my brother that it doesn't always have to be like this.
Speaking of your brother, how's your brother doing? What's his name?
He's getting better. Max.
Max. And what are your parents' names?
Dave and Laura.
Dave and Laura. But, so you want to show Max that you can have a better life than what you guys are living right now, which is great. So, what do you think that we can do to help you get to these goals?
I have to raise my grades so that I can get, not only if I want to play soccer in college, I can get some money that way so it's not all of my parents or me to take out loans.
Yeah, that's great. Do you think that maybe coming in and talking once a week would be a good thing for your depression if you're feeling really down?
Yeah, I think talking to someone will really help me and not having to cost money.
That's great about schools. So when you raise your grades, you think that you'll be able to get like more scholarships, and with soccer you'll get more attention from like other schools, even getting more scholarships?
Yeah, because if the schools I have talked to said that if my grades don't come up, then they can't even consider me, so.
That's great. And so you're a sophomore now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long do you think you want to try to raise your grades up right now? But there's really there's not that much time in the rest of the semester. So do you want to make this like a long-term goal?
Yeah, I think definitely my junior year would be really important to have good grades junior year and some of senior year as well.
Yeah. Have you taken the SATs yet?
Yeah. I took the ACT, not the SAT.
Were your scores really good? Or?
I think it's out of 36, so I got a 29.
Oh, that's great. That's really good. ACT. If you have that and your grades are going up, you're definitely going to get some recognition from colleges, which would be really good. So, by talking to someone, what do you think will happen when you get to come in and talk about everything?
I think it'll just help like me progress in realizing that it's not always going to be like this. I don't always have to be so focused on like the bad parts of my life, that there are good parts as well.
That's great. I'm glad. And do you want to just keep coming in through the rest of the semester and then maybe start again at the end of the summer, or do you want maybe we can find you someone to talk to over the summer as well?
Yeah, I think I'd be willing to do either one.
So, rest of the school year and summer. That'll be good. Okay, I think that's a really good plan. I think that will definitely help your motivation and drive. And I definitely think that talking out your problems helps with the depression a lot. So, besides that, we have a list of things that we talked about last time. What do you think you want to work on? What other, besides your depression, do you think we can make another plan for?
I guess, besides depression, I could do like substance abuse, like my lack of like ability to stop self-medicating.
That's a great idea. Definitely think that. Uh, um. So, you said you started drinking when you were 13 years old, and because you were hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're not hanging out with these people anymore?
Not as often. Like I said, really just on the weekends, and I'm hoping that I can kind of cut them out completely by the time that junior year comes around.
That's good. Your one friend that you said that her family helps you out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Does she hang out with these people, or is she
She's completely out of the
good
group.
So maybe we can think about hanging out with your soccer friends more on the weekends, and rather than this group of people that are causing you to drink so you can't remember. So, some steps that we can take that would just, like I just said, hang out with your friend. What's her name?
Maggie.
And the soccer team. And this will help you cut back on your weekends with self-medicating. Do you think that you drink because of your depression?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. That's a really big reason why most people do. So you said you want to cut these people out of your life by junior year?
Hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully so. So, and how long have you known them, since you were 13?
I've always known them. They just got into it with me when I was 13. We all kind of started together.
Oh, okay. So hopefully, we'll do a time frame for hopefully junior year. Because I understand you're in high school and you want to have fun, but sometimes when it's too much fun that you don't remember,
yeah,
that's where it gets to be a little bit of a problem. But I think that this plan is really well. If you have any other thoughts, you can say them. No? Anything?
Mm-hmm.
No? All right. I think that this went really well.
Thank you.
No problem. And I think that you'll be able to get everything that you need through this. And I think that once you start working on your problems here, you'll be able to get everything done, and you'll get your better life that you were wishing for. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Always great to have hope.
Yep.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
If you want to set up another appointment, you can see the receptionist in the front, and thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for all your help.
Of course. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too.